Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So today's video, you guys can already see that I have a special guest on the side. Say hello to my subscribers.
Hi guys, my name is Blessing, but you can call me EBUN as well. It's really nice to be here and be chatting with Joy today. So I'm really looking forward to our conversation.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you on the channel. You guys can tell by the title, EBUN is a friend that I met through YouTube and I'm truly grateful for. Okay, so she was living in the UK, but she's now relocated to Dubai. So she's going to be telling us why she left the UK and certain questions that I'm sure you guys want to know about UK and Dubai. So if this is something that you want to see, please, I know you want to see it, then keep on watching. So welcome back, EBUN. So the very first question I'm going to ask you, if you guys see me looking down, I wrote everything down so that we don't overwork our brain, okay?
Yes, me too.
So the very first question is, how long did you live in the UK?
So I lived in the UK for 18 years. It's 18 years, which is quite a long time.
It's a long time. So why did you move to Dubai?
I will summarize it in 2 points really. Number one is the weather. If you've spent any time in the UK or seen any videos or anything about the UK, then you know that the weather is not great. It's very cold. It's windy, raining all the time, and I think we were just ready for something different. So having been to Dubai quite a number of times, we just really liked the weather, and it reminded us of Nigeria, which is where we're from, obviously. So yeah, it just had that vibe. And the second reason, I will just summarize it and say it's for a better lifestyle, because living in Dubai, there is the social side of it. So you don't feel like all you do is work. In the UAE or in Dubai, you have the option of, you don't even have to spend money sometimes. Just coming out of your house, going for a walk, it just brightens your day. There's a pool nearby most of the time. There's a play park. There's somewhere to go, lots and lots to do. So that was just a major thing, because if you know about the UK, you know that if you're a student, all you do is you go to school, you come back home, you eat, sleep, wake up, do the same the next day, and the cycle goes on and on. If you work, you go to work in the morning or afternoon or whatever, depending on what time you work, you come back home, you're exhausted, you eat, sleep, wake up, do it again, and you can just carry on in that cycle for a very long time. And sometimes it can have an impact on like your mental health and just who you are as a person. So yeah, we just wanted to opt for something different with that respect.
Amazing. Those are very valid points. I cannot even lie. Valid. It's always raining here. Always raining. Coming from a country myself where it rains like once in a year to where it rains every single day.
Yeah.
So moving on, the third question here is, what are some challenges you faced in the UK that you aren't facing in Dubai?
I feel like the number one point I'm going to make, I already said before, which is the weather. This year, or like the last winter period, we didn't get to experience that, which was quite nice. I mean, we saw pictures and everything, but whilst like my sisters and my family were sending us pictures of snow, I was sending them pictures of sun. And to be honest, the winter weather in Dubai is just beautiful. It's so beautiful. So that was a really good one to experience. So the weather. The next thing that I feel like we've experienced, or that was a challenge in the UK that's not in the UAE or in Dubai, I can only speak for Dubai because we live in Dubai, is talking about things like affordable services. And by affordable services and affordable labor, like I mean things like if you need someone to come in to help you clean, like you're not breaking the bank to get someone to come in and do it. You can get as many people or as few people. If you've ever tried to book cleaning in the UK, you know how much it costs per hour. Last time I found out, it was going up to like £15 an hour. Just to give you context, it's much less than that here in Dubai. And just even things like services, like repairs. If something breaks, it's so easy to just go out there or call somebody, or like the company you bought the thing from. Most of them have service centers, and it's just so easy to take that thing there and fix it. Like recently when we came, we bought a new microwave, and we wanted a nice one, so we spent at least a little bit more money to buy it. But then I happened to crack the screen, And I felt so bad because coming from the UK, if that happened in the UK, that's the end of it. Like, it's gone. You have to buy a new one, because when you think about the cost of fixing it, especially with something like glass, then the cost is just ridiculous. So you might as well buy a new one, right? But while I was just feeling bad, my husband just thought, actually, let's call. It wasn't even the company of the microwave, right? It was the shop. I think we bought it from like Carrefour or one of these electronic shops. And they were like, oh, we've got a service center, bring it and we'll fix it. And that was it with, I think they even picked it up from us, took it away. It took a few weeks, but they brought back the microwave like nothing happened. It was brand new, it was working, and we've still been enjoying it. So for little things like that, they make a whole lot of difference. So that's the other thing. And the third point I'm going to make is talk about childcare, because I think childcare is a really, really, really big one. If you have children in the UK, if you've lived there, or if you know someone that does, then you know that it's a challenge to balance childcare and work. Like, it's so expensive. Nursery fees are like ridiculous. And by the time you pay your childcare fees, you wonder what the point of working is. You may be left with like £10 at the end of the month. And you're like, so why am I even doing all this and going through all this, right? But of course, in Dubai, like, it's so easy to get either a live-in maid, like not even one that goes and comes, a live-in maid that's there 24 hours, in your house to help. It's easy. There's so many agencies I've come across and seen that do like babysitting, so you can get someone to come and babysit for you for a short period of time. The fascinating thing as well, when you go to the mall, there's usually a play area. Now you can take your child to that play area, drop them off, leave your number, go shop,
and go shop
however long, and then come back. The first time we were told that, I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, just leave. And I was like, are you sure? And we're like, yeah. Do I have to pay? They were like, no, just leave your child to play. And they have minders and people there watching them. So yeah, childcare. Yeah, so childcare in the UK versus Dubai, like, it's like night and day. Dubai is so much cheaper and easier to get childcare and support. UK is almost like a no-go area.
It's a valid point. I'm not even gonna lie. What advice do you have for people who are moving to the UK?
That's a loaded question, and to be honest, I can talk for hours and hours about moving to the UK from my experience, but I'll try to just summarize. I think that the most important thing for moving to the UK is to have a plan, to have a goal. Don't just think that one agency or somebody who has a connection somewhere that will get you a year visa or 2-year visa is going to be the solution to your problems. Because after that year or two is up, you're still going to need to apply for your visa again. And you have to pay for every single thing. And it's not just about the visa. It's you pay for the visa, you would pay for NHS, you would pay for some sort of taxes, you will pay so many things to consider that you will need to pay for. And if you're just going to the UK because you heard that this guy or this lady has helped like 10,000 people to go to the UK, so therefore you're going to use this opportunity to go to the UK, and when we get there, we're just going to rough it. Let me tell you, UK is not a place to just rough it, because there are systems, there are procedures that you have to follow. And in the UK, the UK has been established for ages, right? So they have all the established systems that they follow. So because of all these established processes and procedures, if there's 5 things you need to hit all those 5 things. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to go far in your application. So you need to have a very good plan. I would say also, make sure you have money, not £500. Not £500. £500 is nothing for you at all, because there will be so many unexpected costs when you get there. And to be honest, people in the UK are hustling. You may be asking someone for money, and maybe they only have £10 after they've paid all their bills and everything. So how are they going to help you? So please make sure you plan properly. What's your long-term goal? Why are you even going to the UK? Are you going because everybody's going and because Nigeria is bad? Or are you going because you have an aim? You want to get dual citizenship, you want to advance your career, you want to get some, good experience. Make sure you have that aim, plan towards it, go with enough money. Do you understand?
And don't be distracted.
Don't be distracted. Don't go there and see that, this person went to the UK, 5 months ago, and all of a sudden they're popping, they're a big babe now, they're a big guy now, they're driving G-Wagon, they're shopping, in Oxford streets. Please focus on your focus. Don't look at what they're doing. People go for different reasons. You know why you're going. If you're going for work, if you're going for paper, whatever it is, keep your eyes on it, plan accordingly, budget accordingly, so that when you're there, you have that at the back of your mind, and every decision you're making is centered around that. And at the end of the day, you can come out with it. Because I know so many people who have lived in the UK for years. I mean, I said 18 years, and that sounds long. No, I know people 30 years, and they don't have papers.
30 years?
Yes. Not by fault of their own, It's not because they don't want it, but circumstances. Things happen. You get to the UK, things happen. Some people fall ill. You just never know about life. Do you understand? Some people have been there way longer than me, and they've not been able to get their papers for various reasons. So please be aware that, you need to focus and you need to have money. It's lovely to hear dual citizenship, but the road to getting that British passport is not easy. Brings me to my next point. You need a minimum of 5 years. So bear that in mind. You need a minimum of 5 years before you can apply for indefinite leave to remain. I don't think they've changed the rules, but I know that, so I know that 5 years. So just know, for those 5 years, whatever you're doing, just make sure that you're working in line with it, so that you can get your indefinite leave to remain, and that can then allow you to apply for your British citizenship. It's not cheap. The last time I heard, it was like £800 at that time for one person. I'm sure it's increased now, probably over £1,000 or close to £1,000.
Almost £2,000 plus per person.
It's almost how much?
£2,000.
Wow, that's not small money.
It's a per person. Imagine you're coming with 3 kids, you and yourself. That's like 5 people. That's almost 11,000 pounds.
That's a lot of money.
So imagine you are coming with a 1-year visa or a 2 years visa, and after that 2 years visa, you need to renew. You spend all the money again, and I get you.
Yeah, you definitely have to plan. And also, people think that once you start earning pounds, then you're rolling in money. Big fat lie. Let me just say, because sometimes when you're still in Nigeria and you're like, I think I heard pounds to naira is like 900 now. So maybe you hear that, if you get this job, you're going to be earning £1,000 per month. Let me tell you, by the time you pay your rent and your bills and you feed, so don't think that, I'm going to be earning 900k. I'm rolling in money. It's almost 1 million naira. No, because you're not going to be spending that money in naira. You're going to be spending that money in pounds. So just be aware that if you're thinking that, when I go, I will hustle. After a year or 2, I'll get £10,000. Please be guided and know that it's not so easy. Do you understand? So as much money as you can come in with to help your situation, please do. Have a good, clear plan. Budget at least 5 years. And that 5 years is the minimum on a good day. Do you understand? So just be aware of those things. I know there's been a lot of stories on the internet where people, you see on TikTok, some people are ridiculous. I know some people are being honest. I came to the UK and I'm sleeping on the street, or, you see all these things. And I've seen so much clapback where people are like, UK people are not letting us rest. They don't want us to go. They are saying the truth. There's an element of truth to it.
It's always good to know something ahead, so you plan yourself. You know that whatever is going to happen. Like before we moved here, I knew there was accommodation problem. I started praying months ago. I started not just praying, we downloaded apps. We were searching even from Dubai.
Yeah.
So we already had a picture of, this is what's going to happen. So if we need to spend extra time in the Airbnb, if we need to if we're planning to spend 2 weeks, we can now budget, maybe 2 months in an Airbnb by the grace of God. But before the end of 2 months, we'll get something. So plan ahead so that you won't be shocked. I know it's that shock that makes people feel like, they can't take it. But if you already know ahead, it's easier for you to handle it when you see it. You say, okay, we already know something like this is going to happen. You now know how to compose yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. So but it's still doable, and there are advantages, but
there are advantages.
Everything that we said before.
Advantages. Truth of the matter is that most people who are coming here, they are coming for to better their careers, because come on, the UK work experience is going to do a lot for you. better their careers, maybe get the dual citizenship, which is actually very good. The way the world is going right now, I lived in Dubai for how many years? I know how it is. If you are in Dubai or in other of these countries with just this your green Nigerian passport, problem. You are going to go through a lot of stress. So, but when you have this dual citizenship, then now it's like a level playing field. There's
Yes.
a level playing field, like, okay, the people that are coming with this and I'm coming with this, okay, at least they can still hear me out. But you might be more skilled than this other person, but because you are carrying your Nigerian passport, they don't even want to listen to you. They feel you don't know what you're doing. But if
Yeah.
you're coming with a British passport or an American passport or a Canadian passport,
Yeah.
they want to listen to you. Though this one, they feel, I don't know why it's like that, but that's the way the world is going. So this is why so many people are making these sacrifices to leave their comfort zone to come here. So by the time you are now in the UK, put your eyes on the price. Don't be deceived by the people who are always going to the club, people who are trying to buy expensive things to just impress impress them on the ground. You know what
Mm.
you're for. Nobody is coming to inspect whether you have all the money, whether you're eating well. Just do the little you can do and let
Mhm.
God take care of the rest instead of putting undue pressure on yourself, and you
Yeah.
are spending everything you are earning here or earning now, nothing to
Mhm.
fall back on in case of emergency. So
Yeah.
you need
Emergency,
to try
definitely.
it. You
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
try it. Thank you so much. I'm actually enjoying this. Are you enjoying this?
Yes, I'm loving it. I love sitting down to talk about this. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, so the next question is, which country has a better cost of living and why do you think so?
This cost of living question is a very tricky one for me to answer, to be honest, because I've been here for about 8 months now and I'm constantly trying to compare things. Like when you go into go for grocery shopping, before you pick 5 things, they tell you that's 200 dirhams. And I'm like, wait, what did I spend? But I usually have to then remind myself that, oh, because I'm used to spending in tens of pounds. So when I hear hundreds, like my first
Oh,
instinct, so I realized that. So because when you go to the shop, you hear 50, 60, 70 pounds, something like that. But coming here and the next thing you hear 200 dirhams, you're like, wait, what? Or 1,000, you're like, what did I buy? But when you convert it to pounds, you're like, oh, okay, that's reasonable. When it comes to groceries, I think it's very much a lifestyle thing. Like what brands are you used to? For us, I think coming from the UK, there were certain brands, mostly for my son, because there's some things that he's used to,
you
and because he's still on the younger side, it's tricky to get him to try something new. So
do.
that kind of drives up the cost for us on some things, because then it means that because it's all imported, you're paying
Yeah.
pretty much double of what you would pay for that same thing in the UK. I give a good example: Walker's crisps. Lay's is pretty much the same. I know that the flavors are different, but he insists on specific Walker's crisps, right?
Mm.
Now in the UK, I don't know how much it is. You maybe pay £3 for a pack of 6, but here you pay, I think it's like 22 dirhams or something like that, depending on where you get it. Now if you divide that, that's like £5 something, so that drives up the cost. But you find different ways, I suppose, of kind of mitigating. So when it comes to groceries, I feel that the UAE is slightly more expensive, but I also feel it depends on what you're buying, and you have to figure out where to get the good deals and the best,
Deals.
value for your money. When it comes to bills, petrol, those sorts of things, the
Mhm.
UAE is definitely cheaper.
Petrol is cheaper in the UAE, of course.
Exactly. Petrol, diesel, because before I left, it was like £2 per litre for diesel and like almost £1.80 for petrol. You pay a fraction of that. You pay like less than a pound here for a litre. So
Yeah.
that's a huge difference. But then again, over here, you drive a lot to a lot of places. So yeah, you do because
I
so
swear.
I think it's a balance, it's a consistent balancing act, and that's why I said it's very difficult for me to answer. But I think my short answer is, when it comes to house bills like lights, water, internet, those sorts of things, the UAE is cheaper.
Are you
When it
kidding me?
comes
Internet is
to
cheaper in the
pa-
UAE than in the UK. Internet is cheaper in the. It's cheaper here. I
do you
don't know
think
what.
so?
Yeah. How much are
I'm
we
just
paying for
trying to
our
think.
Wi-Fi? How much were we paying for Etisalat? It's cheap. Calls, internet, they're cheaper here.
Really? Oh, okay. That is, well, I
Our
suppose
Wi-Fi,
we're
I think
using it, Salah.
it's supposed to be 32 pounds. Is it 32 pounds per month? Then there's an offer. I think we're paying 16 pounds, but we're paying almost 500 and something in the UAE. Divide it.
Okay.
if it's
It's a
32
lot.
paying here, 32 divide, like it's internet
It is
over.
true. Internet, yeah. I suppose when it comes to mobile phone too, yes, it's definitely cheaper in the UK because because thinking about the like contract in the UK, you can get different kinds of contract. But yeah, so like that is cheaper in the UK.
In Dubai, they just have Do and Etisalat.
Yes. Do
So
an
there's no, and these two networks are owned by the government.
yes.
Now, in the UK, you have Libera, you have this, you have that, you have
That's
so
like
many.
there's so much.
One
There's
person,
Tesco.
you just switch to the other. So internet and calls are way cheaper here. You can be on the call with somebody for morning till night and little to nothing, but you can't try it in Dubai, you know,
No, you
except
have to be very careful.
more expensive in Dubai. It's
Yeah,
more
I suppose so. But yeah, but I still think though, like water bill, electricity, like your dewa, from my experience so far, is definitely cheaper for us here. Because obviously in the UK as well, you have to keep switching like every year to keep it down. If you stay with the same company, it goes up over time. Do you understand? So yeah, and that's why I said it's for me, I'm still trying to figure it out, but I think it depends. So, but food wise, I think you spend a bit more in the UAE to kind of get the same as what you would in the UK.
and that's because the UAE doesn't produce much.
Exactly.
UK, at least they produce a lot. Like when we came and I saw food stuff, when I went to my first shopping, I'm like, what? We spend, like, I know how much we spend if we buy those things in Dubai. Like, I'm
Yes.
like, it was cheaper for me. Like, cost of living here, when it comes to feeding, is way
Yes.
cheaper for me
Oh
here.
yes. Oh yes. Yeah. Feeding, there's so many options. You can decide instead of shopping in Tesco, Asda, Morrison's,
Hmm.
you can go to Lidl, you can go to
I'm not,
Aldi.
I've been hearing Lidl is one of the cheapest, so I'm trying to locate one Lidl.
Yeah,
And
Lidl is one of the cheapest places that you can go and you can get so much. And even supermarket own brands like
mm,
Tesco and Asda, they do good quality own brand stuff. So just because it's cheaper does not mean that it's not as good. So yeah, in that respect, UK has, variety. But then again, UK has existed for much longer, isn't it?
that's true.
So yeah, I think food wise, UK is cheaper. You get like your basics for a cheaper price.
True. My
So yeah.
only to check my only disadvantage, or should I say disadvantage, the only thing that I'm like about UK is the tax. To be honest, if the
Oh,
like coming from where we didn't pay tax, maybe there's a way they will collect it one way or the other. But here you still you will pay the tax and they will still collect, because when you buy anything they will still take. So it's just that tax.
20% as well compared to 5%. And in the UK, before you see your money in the UK, they've removed half of it.
Yes now. Yes
So
now.
when you see it, it's just what's left that's, you
Yes.
know.
It's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good. Moving on. My next question is: if you are asked to move back to the UK, will you?
Oh, um, $1 million question. I will answer it this way. If it is just purely sentiment, comfort zone, and all of that, I would. But then again, I also think if I go back to the UK today, like, will it be different to me? Will I notice a difference? But yeah, sentiment wise, because of my family, my friends, I've been there for such a long time. I know the system, I know everything, where everything is. Just for that, I would. But if it is realistically, like, I wouldn't. Why? Because the reason we came to the UAE we've not fully, accomplished our goal and our aim. Do you understand? So I still have my eyes on that prize that, okay, this is why we came and we need to accomplish that, so that at the end of this, like a certain time period, you can say, okay, I had a goal. I achieved that goal. Okay, so what next? And then, you can then decide. So yeah, that's two sides of the same coin. Sentimentally, yes, because I miss my family, I miss my friends, I miss the familiarity and the comfort zone. But on the other side, I would say no, because I have goals that I want to achieve. And Dubai also offers me more, like I said, in terms of the lifestyle. So I would stay and probably visit the UK often. I think is my strategy now.
Nice one. Nice one. You played it safe.
Yes.
So the final question for this particular video is: what do you miss the most about the UK? And I know you've answered it, but I just want to hear, for the audience that didn't get it, hear it
That
again.
is,
What do you miss the
yeah.
most about the UK? Just
Yeah, I think
there are certain things you'll be missing here.
oh yes, of course. Number one for me is my family and my friends. So I miss the fact that they're just a short drive away from wherever we were. Even if you drive 2 hours, that's still it's nothing compared to a 7 hour plane ride that you
True.
first have to go to the airport and all of those sorts of things. So I really miss my family. I miss my friends. What else do I miss? Yeah, I miss, like where we lived in the city, I knew everything. Like I knew, what to do, like just that familiarity and just being in my comfort zone. I miss that. And the third one actually, which my husband still finds quite funny, is I miss the food. I miss I miss the taste of certain types of food. Like
I can go and check them out.
okay. McDonald's, for example.
Oh, yeah, true.
The taste of the McDonald's here is different to the taste of the McDonald's in the UK. So I just find it like I'm still working on it. I'm a huge coffee drinker. The first few months of us being here and I tried a cappuccino, I nearly cried because I was like, what is this? This is not a cappuccino. But it's because the milk tasted different. But with trial and error, I think I'm getting used to it, and I've found places that do coffee in the way that I like. So yeah, food is another big one. Avocados, oh my god, do you eat avocados?
Yeah.
Try that, because the avocados here are so different from the ones that we get in the UK. So that's another thing. So yeah, I miss certain types of food, but then again, there's so much variety here, isn't it? So but yeah, family and friends, familiarity, and the food.
I agree with you with the food. When I came here the first time, I tasted pizza here, Pizza Hut. I'm like, no, this is a meal. This is not pizza. The Pizza Hut we are eating in Dubai, please, they should go and throw it inside the bin.
The first time I saw it, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, in the UK. I'm like, what? It felt like.
Have you tried Domino's? Have you tried Domino's pizza? You should try Domino's pizza. Try Domino's. Domino's is even better than Pizza Hut.
I'm like, the UK, guys, I see why you are the senior bros.
So yeah, you get what I mean. Definitely, it's the food.
I get it. Honestly, personally, I didn't know I would love it the way I love it now. When I was coming, when my husband told me we were coming, I cried. I called my bestie and I'm like, babes, help me pray so that God will change his heart. I was crying, like literally crying, because I've never seen myself living in the UK. I say it tomorrow. If they tell me, Joy, you are going to live in UK 2023, I will say you are lying. It's not me. I cannot relate, but God has plans, okay? So, but so far so good. I'm loving it, okay? Because I've opened my mind to, okay, this is what I have now. I need to love it. Because if you are living in a place and you don't love the place, or you don't feel, the blessings of the land will not come to you. So I've opened up my heart. UK, I love you. The rain, I love you. The task, so that the blessings of the land can rest. So if there's anyone watching and you are planning to move to the UK, or you are planning to move to Dubai for whatever reasons, I wish you all the best. Do your research very well, okay? Try as much as possible to obey by the rules of the land. Don't be part of the people who migrate to a new country and just start doing yaga yaga, you go, carrying that Nigerian mentality of nonsense behavior and bring into a new land. No, because we are the people they see. Anywhere you find yourself, okay, we are the ones they see. They've heard negative things about our country. So we that are in their present, we need to show them that not every Nigerian is like that. Okay, not everyone is like that. Give good examples. Try as much as possible not to stay beyond your visas, because at the end of the day, it's going to affect you. If you live, maybe especially in the UK, you are planning to stay here permanently to get their passport, and your visa is dead. You have not gone out, you have not done anything about it. It's going to affect you. That's why you see people spending 30 years, 20 years without having. I pray it does not happen to anyone. Anyways, that's basically it. Thank you so much for joining me on this particular video. I truly appreciate it. And guys, please go check out EBUN Blessing. She's currently in Dubai, so she's going to be giving us beautiful Dubai content. Okay, if you like Dubai, go and subscribe to our channel, okay? Our link will be in the description box, okay? Thank you so much. And please let her know you are from Joy Aero, okay?
Yes, please. Yeah, that would be great.
And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel, okay? Turn on your post notifications. Please, guys, turn on your post notifications to get you notified when I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys, and do stay.
Bye.
Bye.